Hello all and welcome to another video. I know I haven't been making as much videos as I have recently, but a lot of things are going on in the background to give you the best possible product when it's actually done. So as you guys know, formatted a new company and we're working tirelessly just to make sure everything's pieced together properly. So when you guys actually come on board, you get the best service and the best product we could possibly give you at this moment of time. So what I'm going to be doing today is breaking down crypto. Okay, so a lot of people think all we do is trade Forex. Okay, but we trade crypto, stocks, everything exactly the same. And I'll show you exactly how we actually got into ETH, well, last year, September, and have been riding it basically for a whole year. So I'll show you exactly how we did that. And hopefully you can follow along. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got ETH. This is the print screen on MT4. And yeah, we don't only invest into crypto, we also do it on our MT4s also. So as you can see here with the print screen, okay, on the MT4 ETH on a weekly chart. Okay, we got into it at around 230. Okay, this is USD, sorry. Okay, 230 USD. So in pounds, that was about, I don't know, 180, 190 pounds or something like that. Okay, so at this current time when I actually got into this trade, I also kind of invested into MT4. Okay, so did it on the investment account, did it on MT4. And yeah, if you could double up, yeah, it's a fun ride. Okay, so it's got to a stage now where I'm predominantly only trading crypto, gold, oil. Okay, GBP, USD, GJ are kind of bonuses for me, but I don't really trade them as aggressively as I used to. I'd rather focus on pairs that are going to pay me very well for a long time. Okay, so as you can see here, ETH had that there. Okay, going to about 230, and I'll show you the breakdown. And then also the second buy here around this level here this year. So I'll show you exactly how this was done. Okay, just share this screen. Okay, we'll go into this. Okay, so you can see we've been following ETH for a long time, and I wish I was able to know about crypto and everything when it was, what, 2015, 2016, that would be great, right? But everything's better in hindsight, right? So unfortunately, I didn't know about trading. I didn't know about anything about these markets until around 2018 when I started my journey. So couldn't really do much about it. So 2018 started journey. I didn't really know much about anything crypto. Okay, 2019, I started learning a little bit more, started to understand how it works. Okay, and this move here, okay, which will break down because we all know what happened in March. Okay, we all know what happened in March 2020. Everything dropped massively. And then from there, yeah, craziness happened with nearly everything. Okay, if you look at any chart, GU, EU, gold, US 30, any chart at all, we will know this date in March. Okay, from like the 3rd of March till like the 19th of March 2020. If you bought anything there, I know you're probably a very happy person right now. Okay, so unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch this move, but actually back testing it and seeing how it happened. Okay, because I like to know why everything happens in the market. Back testing it and seeing why it happened, I can see exactly why it happens. Okay, so breaking this down. Okay, we made a low. Okay, made our fractal low here, broke a little bit of structure in here, came in here, didn't come back to this sponsored candle, made it internal low, bounced up again, still played off this remorse candle in here, bounced up again. We had this high in here with the IPA. Okay, so this IPA was here waiting to be fulfilled. It did manage to get fulfilled, and then price reacted from there, kind of halted for a couple of weeks, okay, near enough a month. And then we finally broke the liquidity in here, okay, finally broke liquidity and structure. As you can see, we had the liquidity wipe, okay, took out 2018 high, and we also had a break of structure, okay, which also led into more IPA over here, which is why this was fulfilled. Okay, so we had that IPA fill in here, also had the IPA fill in here. So that's mission accomplished. So me understanding how the markets work and understanding market structure, the institutional market structure, from time this is filled, at least 50%, okay? And we can measure this up as well. Okay, we measure this, you can say, yeah, at least 50% of that was filled. As you can see, very nice. Okay, we get that hit, boom, 50%, and we get that retracement. Okay, so that was very clean, very, very clean. So we get that retracement, understanding what's gonna happen. Okay, so again, I'm not gonna explain too much because it wouldn't be fair on the paid clients. Okay, but understanding many people would have done a fib just like this, and rightly so. But many people have been focusing on maybe 79%, 89%. Okay, but we know we're going to get that hit there for reasons I wouldn't explain on here because it's not fair for the paid clients. Okay, but we know we've got that internal low, so already for the paid clients, they already know what that means. So we understood that the trade is more likely to come into this area here. Okay, obviously the last down candle also, and obviously understanding internal lows, external highs, external lows, all that kind of stuff. We get a great trade if I knew how to trade exactly like I did, but I wasn't confident enough to pull this off. Okay, so we get that hit. And now at this point, I'm absolutely angry thinking, damn, why did I know better to actually trade this? Okay, because if I did, I would have definitely bought in here. It was too clean. It was too clean. So anyway, we move on to our next structure. Okay, so we break above this internal high in here, break above this high in here, and we kind of come to this area here, mitigate, and then start floating. So now this gets my interest. Okay, this gets my interest a lot. Okay, so we'll take it back and I'll show you exactly how we caught that trade, okay, from here. But understanding that this needed to happen gave me the confidence to actually enter from here. Okay, as you can see, the target, we'll just take this out a bit. We had a fractal high. I always knew that would be a target if we bounced up from this level, which made total sense to me because we broke structure on this side through here. Okay, we had that nice break. So understanding that, as I said, cool. If we're going to get a break, what tends to happen after a break? We tend to get a pullback. Where's the most likely area this is going to pull back to, at least minimum? It'll be in here, in this gap, or in here. So I understood that. But what would I be aiming for? Okay, I'll be aiming for this high candle in here, this high candle in here, and this, and then we had our fractal high. And I just said, again, this is the way I trade. I always think, what's the best case scenario? If it's the best case scenario, can I possibly take out the highest high? So that was the TP, as you can see, TP. We wanted to see how ambitious we could get. Already started investing into it from here. And I was just thinking, you know what, I'm an MT4, I'm going to do the same because we can make basically 2 times or 3 times or 10 times the money we can invest in, depending on how much you actually put into your investment account. The only difference is when you trade on MT4, you don't actually own the asset, you just trade in the difference. Okay, and this is what we call margin trading. Okay, so with the investments, you actually own the asset. With MT4, you don't own it, you just trade in the margin, which allows you with leverage to make a little bit more than you might do on your investment account. Okay, obviously depending on how much you put in. So that was the ambitious TP that we had. Okay, just to take out this high, and whatever happens from there, it's just pure vibes. Okay, so we'll break this down now, and I think I might have to go into replay mode to even show you this. Okay, so we go to replay mode. Okay, we take it into here. Okay, and we start breaking down the time frame. So we're going to daily because I did have a daily marked out there. Okay, I can't remember exactly what it was. So okay, so we had this daily candle there. So that's an entry I remember missing as well. Okay, I missed that entry, and I was like, damn, that would have been a nice entry. So I thought, you know what, we've kind of done everything we need to do on a weekly, and on a daily, we're kind of respecting levels as well. I was scared. I remember being scared of prices dropping down here because we had these lows right here. Okay, I remember this. Okay, we had these lows right here. I'm not sure what just happened there. Let's get the right tool. Okay, we had these lows right here that was scaring me, and I was thinking, probably prices are going to come down and sweep this. But again, like I always say to the students, I always say to the clients, focus on what's in front of you. Okay, so what's in front of us right now? Okay, we had these highs that were kind of screaming to be taken out. When prices come in here, I thought it would. Okay, it didn't. Okay, so we didn't take that out. And then what happens? Price actually breaks above here. So we do have a break of structure right here. Okay, and again, I'm not going to explain exactly how we classify our breaker structures. Okay, but we had a breaker structure there. Okay, that's all you need to know. Okay, I really want to say a lot, but I can't because it's not going to be fair on the paid clients. Okay, but we had a breaker structure there, and yes, some people ask, is it the wicks, is it the body? Again, I'm not going to clarify that, but we had a breaker structure there. So understanding we had a breaker structure, what do I expect next? Similar to the weekly, it doesn't matter what time frame you're on. This is what we're saying. The markets are fractal. Does not matter what time frame you're on. Okay, so we had a breaker structure there, so we expect a reward, a pullback. Pull back cleanly into this daily level. I missed that trade. From then on, I just said the next place we should be aiming for is this high and higher. And you already saw what my TP was on a weekly. So I just said, I might have missed this trade here, but what can I do in this area to immediately at least take out this high, okay, which is be about 170 pips, okay, to immediately take out that high. So this is where we start breaking things down. Okay, we could go into the 4 hour. Okay, and kind of given away already. Let's just go to here. Okay, so going to the 4 hour again. This is that daily entry that we missed. Okay, so it starts floating above here, and this is at this point I'm starting to think, you know what, this target in here is starting to look more likely. Again, I just say trade what's in front of us. Again, so when a 4 hour, we see this price action, it's kind of floating, then we break above here. That got my interest. Okay, we broke above here very aggressively, very much got my interest. So again, half the time frame, I'm starting to see what things look like a little bit better now. Okay, I'm seeing a very clear breaker structure. I'm seeing this IPA through here. Okay, we've got some supply in here, we've got some supply in here, IPA. There's various things to the upside. I'm thinking it just makes sense for it to go up. So again, we half the time frame. So now I'm looking at this on a 1 hour. Okay, I see a clear breaker structure. Okay, we see this down candle, which is our demand zone now. So at this point, I'd say, cool, we mark up this area. What's the risk? Okay, on a 1 hour, okay, if you put it here, you could risk about 18, 20 pips. Okay, if you want to go slightly down, okay, you could do 30. Okay, and I was like, yeah, that's all we need. That's all we really need, really. Okay, so boom, we've got our risk to reward ratio profile. Okay, that's all we really need. So just hit play. Okay, you can see it's doing its thing, We're just waiting for it to come to boom. There we go. It comes to our area. Okay, so now boom, we've got picture perfect entry. It starts to float around, it's doing its thing, and then start to get lift off. Okay, so boom, picture perfect entry off the 1 hour. We're in. Okay, slightly bigger risk, but we ain't trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these kind of pairs. I don't mind taking a slightly bigger risk because I know what the reward is. Okay, and understanding that we was in our boom cycle for crypto at that time. Okay, especially after that March event happened with COVID, I understood that we could potentially see our next bullish rally. Okay, we could potentially see that next bullish rally. So boom, we tap into there. That's the entry. Simple as that. As I said before, what was he targeting? Straight away was targeting these highs, okay, through here. And I think we have to go back into the 4 hour to actually clarify that. Okay, was targeting these highs here. So again, you can see what the stop was, and then we're just targeting first target, take out that high, second target, take out that high, third target, take out that high, fourth target, ambitious target was to take out that high through there. So we see that very, very nice trade. Okay, and then let's just hit play so you can see how that played out. Okay, oh yeah, I remember when it came back, it scared me at that point. Okay, boom, damn, that happened way too quick. I could have paused it. Okay, so boom, we've now done that. Okay, so now I've got a lot of confidence to say this is definitely going up. Again, with this kind of cycle, with this kind of explosion to the upside, was in for a treat. Okay, so literally understanding all of these structures from the weekly to the 1 hour, okay, then breaking it down to get this entry. Okay, we now refined it and then we said, what's the best case scenario? And this is how all the students and clients look at charts. It just say, what's the best case scenario? If we manage to get a trade right now, how high can we take it? Okay, and you can see at this point, okay, we didn't actually try to break it down even further. Okay, we just said, cool, can we just take the entry that we found over there, okay, and then shift it up as far as possible. Okay, we already got into our investment accounts, okay, and it made sense to get into it on the MT4 also. So you can see very clean trade, understanding structures, okay, institutional structures. This is what happens all the time. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on. It could be the 1 hour, it could be the 4 hour, it could be the daily, it could be the weekly, it could be whatever time frame, but you're going to see these same things happening time and time again, okay, all the time. It just happens. You just have to understand what's the overall directional bias. Where do we need to go long term? Where's the institutions losing money? Okay, once you understand those questions, once you understand how to take those questions into your trading, you start finding crazy trades like this. And again, I wish I knew how to trade and be confident in this moment, but unfortunately I wasn't. Okay, so when we're looking at this right here, we can see, boom, we take out this target. After that, we take out this target. Okay, let's go back to the weekly. Okay, we go back to the weekly and said, what else do we need to do? Okay, we already tapped off here. We expect what? Retracements at least into these areas. So if we pull up a fib right now from our major supply, or we just measure out the whole trading range, okay, we can see where our zones are. Okay, so we get 62 up in here, 71, 79, 89. So we're looking at that thinking, yeah, it makes sense for us to head up into these areas. Okay, so this is literally how you understand the directional bias to one, take it into a certain area, because we knew if it did come into this candle again, right here, okay, if it did come into this, we could potentially make this move, come into here, and then make the next leg low. Okay, so once we had that breaker structure in here, understanding that we still have all of this of where the original price came from, we could still potentially retrace into those levels. But again, like I always say, you play what's in front of you. Okay, because what would make a lot of sense would be this move. Okay, get the breaker structure, make a lower low, try to make a lower high, and then make another lower low. So that was in my thinking at the time of September. That was in my thinking, okay, of 2020. Okay, that was in my thinking. And then I said, what if we just keep on going higher? So I was ready for this. I said, cool, let's just come into this supply right here. We come into the supply first. And then from there, we'll see what happens. If it keeps on going, it keeps on going. Great. We just hold on to our trades, get into more trades. Okay, but that's the main target right now, because I call these roadblocks. Because if we wanted to go higher, what will stop us? This supply zone right here will stop us. Okay, it could potentially react, mitigate, and then drop down again. If not, we just keep pushing higher to new all-time highs. Okay, as you clearly see with my markups here, we actually, we got new all-time highs, as you guys know. Okay, so we just hit play. Okay, we're kind of on a weekly right now, so we keep on pushing up, just holding this trade all this time on our investment account and on our NT4. Okay, can I speed this up more? I'm on a weekly. Okay, it's just going to do its thing. Okay, so it's holding, it's just expecting the supply to be met, just holding it, and then boom, we finally hit our supply zone. So now you've got options. You start looking at this thinking, is this going to respect our supply zone and fall down, or is it going to keep going? As you can see with this price action, very aggressively, it pushes past our supply zone. You can see this body in here closes higher than this. So technically, that's a breaker structure with this candle right here. Okay, we get this very aggressive bullish candle, and then we get this bearish candle the next week. But as you can clearly see, this bearish candle is not looking to respect at all. So we hit the next candle. Okay, doing its thing. Okay, let me just hit play a little bit. Okay, next week comes into here. As you can see, we've clearly annihilated this supply now. And then guess what the TP was? The TP was to take out this high in here. Did we accomplish that? Yes, TP hit. But do I put TPs on my trades? No. Okay, because I know stuff like this can happen, especially understanding that we're in a bullish cycle. So I didn't put a TP for that. Okay, just understood I could take some money out. Along the way I was holding this, I took some money out in and around these areas, still left a big chunk of it in here. I think at this point I still had like 70% running. Okay, so I took more out. So at this point I had 50% of my trade that I initially caught from here running, took that out. Happy days. Secure the bag, let the rest ride as a bonus. So from there, we're saying what can happen? Are we going to now somehow just maybe spike this high, take out liquidity and then drop, or are we going to keep going? Okay, as we can see, we just keep going. Just keep going. Drop back down into this demand in here. Okay, and then from there, keep going. So at this stage, now I'm thinking, we've cleared this area quite nicely. We've dropped back down into this demand. Okay, a slight breaker structure here again, not a slight because this is on a weekly, a big breaker structure there. So I just started saying, can I now get another trade? Okay, similar to how we found the first one in here, can I now get another trade? So obviously this is on a weekly, so I know this is that down candle. I know that's our demand zone, okay? So now I need to focus on getting a new entry. So what do? Break down the time frames again, go to the daily. On a daily, okay, that area that we just shaded in, it looks very interesting. Everything in here is clean, very clean price action. IPA is covered, breaker structure. So again, if you wanted to get your fib, you could get your fib from there to there. You could do your stuff. Okay, we see it lines up with our premium zones. But what's more important to me? Okay, I see this daily candle and I see this IPA through here. So understanding that I'm seeing all of these now, I know price needs to come back into here for one or two reasons, either to fill the IPA or to come back down into this daily candle. Okay, so I don't want to trade on the daily. Stop loss will be too big. I drop it down. 4 hour. I'm like, nice. We've got this 4 hour block here. Okay, this could be a threat, but we focus on what's in front of us always. We've got this IPA here. So I see that. I say, cool, what's the stop on this? Okay, you can measure it out. I'm like, cool, am I willing to risk another 50 to 40 pips for this? I'm like, yeah, kind of. It's crypto, so it's cool. And then I drop into the 2 hour. I see this in here. Okay, drop onto 1 hour. Okay, we see this in here. But I just said, you know what? Because I've already made a decent amount of money from catching a trade all the way from down there, I don't mind just putting another trade in here. Okay, because everything I kind of got right now is profit. I don't mind the risk on it. Okay, it could be 40 pips, 50 pips is all good. Because I know if this area plays, we just hit more profit. Okay, so we hit play. Okay, we're doing our thing, Okay, keep on rising, prices start to do this thing. At this point, I'm not sure what the hell is going on. Okay, I'm not sure what the hell is going on. You know, I might need to speed this up and go into the daily. Okay, I think it actually took way longer to actually come back. Okay, boom, there we are. Okay, we had ended up into this high over here. Okay, and then I remember this actually. It wasn't that long ago. I'm not sure why I forgot it went that high. Okay, so we do this. Marked out that area, as I said, got the IPA there. So I remember this where it narrowly missed this entry. Okay, but understanding this on a smaller time frame. Okay, we go into the 4 hour, and what entry did I get? Can't remember how. Wait, how did I even get into this? I'm thinking, did I put a buy limit or did I manually execute? Okay, I can't actually remember. Okay, but we managed to get entry in here somehow. As you guys saw on print screen. Okay, some time ago. When was this? 23rd of May. I'm wondering if I put a buy limit or I just got in. I'm not too sure how I got into there. Okay, because we narrowly missed that H4 entry. Okay, but as you guys can see, based on our print screen, okay, that's the area that we did get in. And I'm starting to think, how did I get into it now? Because we narrowly missed it. Okay, I can't quite remember, but we marked out that area. I can't remember exactly how I got in, if it was a buy limit, just to fill this IPA. And I think that's probably what it was. It might have been, because I don't remember getting such a clean entry in that area and market executing it. So I think it was just to fill the IPA. Okay, if we just draw this across, to fill the IPA, and then we went. So I'm thinking highly likely it would have been a buy limit in that area. Sorry, I can't actually remember exactly how I did get into that, to be honest. Okay, but we got in. That's the most important thing. Okay, so when we're seeing this now, okay, understanding that we've now made that high, and similar to the other trades I was talking about, we did break structure. So similar to that, what's my first thought? I'm not thinking, oh, let's keep going bullish. I'm just thinking, we have just broke structure. Okay, if we have just broke structure, what could we potentially see? We could see a pullback, which is why I was confident to buy from this area, understanding it should still be bullish, but understanding that we had our little distribution in here from the Wyckoff, I just say, cool, if we are going to go down, and that was our all-time high, we're at least going to come into these areas here and then push down again, which is why I wanted to buy from here. Okay, so we see this. Okay, we see this very clearly, and then we execute. So I know minimum is going to come into this IPA or this area over here. And then, yeah, we just done our thing from there. Okay. Okay, doing our thing. This thing is floating around. Again, I'm just going to go to the daily just to speed this up. Okay. And I'm wondering, did it come back one more time? Let's just see. There you go. That makes more sense now. I was thinking, how did I get into that trade? Okay, it makes more sense now. Okay, so in here, boom, we catch this level. It makes it, I remember now. Because I remember in May, we had that crash. Okay, in May, we had that crash and everyone was like, oh my God, Ethereum and Bitcoin is dead. And then it just started accumulating here for a very long time. Okay, started accumulating here for a very long time, about 10 weeks. Okay, and came back one more time, there you go. I remember this trade now. I was thinking, how the hell did I get into that trade if I missed it? But it makes more sense now. Okay, so I remember in May we had that crash and accumulated for about 10 weeks, went up, came back down, and this is when all the tokens started to rise as well, the DeFi tokens. So if you're in Chainlink, if you're in Cardano, all these other ones, okay, there's so many. Labs is one of my favorite ones. Okay, if you're in all these tokens, that's when this started to rise again, 20th of July. I remember this specifically, and I remember trading this specifically. And again, I'll show you the entry of this. Okay, I remember this trade specifically now. Okay, so you know what? I can't actually I can a little bit. I'm not going to tell you guys the other part though, because the paid community will kill me. but I remember this trade now. Okay, and if you haven't noticed, one thing to backtest is crypto moves a lot around. Again, if you live in the UK time from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Okay, crypto moves a lot. So, and you can see the days of the week here. And again, I'm not gonna, I can't explain that to you guys because literally I'll get crucified by the guys. Okay, but again, understand what times that these things are happening. Okay, so again, we understand what happens on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are high probability days. Okay, so boom, New York session, we get that. You get that very nice move, taps into there, miss that, goes up. And then what time did I say cryptos move a lot? And I don't ask me why I was up at this time. Okay, but managed to execute this in here. Okay, if you backtest crypto again, from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. UK time, whatever country you're watching this in, you could kind of translate that to your time. But watch that. And again, by accident, I stumbled across this. I was like, why is this move happening at this time? But I thought, you know what? I don't mind. I'm going to enter. Okay, I don't mind. I'm going to enter again. Okay, boom, tap into there. So just like that, we start rising up again. What's the area I'm looking for? Okay, what's the area I'm looking for? Again, as we always do, we want to target our previous highs, IPA areas, or the previous highs, okay, of just the whole structure, the whole supply structure. So I'm going to go back to the daily, okay, and then this is actually beautiful. And this area here was the decisive area because we broke structure. We're just saying, cool, minimum, we need to pull back into this area. But as you can see, I was just targeting this IPA in here. Say, boom, we do our thing. Okay, boom, IPA done. And now I'm thinking, cool, now this is the decisive structure of what could potentially happen next. Okay, we hit play, and then boom, it tapped in that area now. So let me hit play all together. And this is what happened today. Okay, so we tap into there. Okay, so let's go into, actually, stick on a daily. So as you can see on my chart, I'm saying, can we go all the way back down to about $395? Or do we make new all-time highs, reach 80, 100K? I mean, yeah, not 100K, sorry. Okay, not 100K, so 8,000, okay, or 10,000. I was thinking about Bitcoin, okay, 8,000 or 10,000. So right now, as you can see, I just got in between $8.5. Okay, I don't know why I don't use the pound chart. I do right now. Actually do have it on my watch list. I'm gonna start using that more because this dollars and pound thing converting is starting to confuse me. So I'm gonna start using the pounds chart. So again, Bitcoin, we've still got a little bit to go, but let's go back into ETH. So we're in that zone now. Okay, I'm saying to a lot of guys that potentially, who knows, crypto could fall all the way down. But to me, that wouldn't make a lot of sense because with PayPal, Apple, and all these big companies starting to integrate into their systems, it doesn't make sense for it to crash right now. Okay, I know the whole world is messed up and a lot of things are going on in the background that would potentially cause a crash. But for this, it doesn't make sense to crash right now. So when I saw this today, I was thinking, damn, is it actually happening? Is it actually happening? And then kind of just pulled all the way back up. So I'm just going to keep a very close eye on this because now what we've created a lot of liquidity here, IPA to be short here. Okay, let's just go into the weekly real quick. Okay, we've got a lot of desired price action to the downside. So if we do not break this area here, I mean, if you guys know how to trade smart money, you already know why this area traded in. Okay, you already know why this area traded in. But for that to happen, that's going to be crazy, very, very crazy. But we'll see how it all plays out in due time. But just a recap of what we've managed to actually accomplish from this trade has been ridiculous. I didn't actually take in the risk to reward ratio before. And I did it just before this session. And I was like, wait, what? I just actually took in the risk to reward ratio just before I did this call right here. Okay, so it's so crazy that we have to literally do this to actually see the risk to reward ratio. So let's zoom out a little bit more. Okay, as you guys can see, okay, 453 to 1. 453 to 1. That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so you can see from here, this is how it all started, and crazy trade, absolutely crazy trade. Okay, so the next thing before we just kind of shut off here, okay, so the Discord is now going to be ready in 2 days. So on the 9th, Okay, on the 9th of September, we will be ready to fully launch this, and you'll have access to this. And we will start our calls every Monday, 6 p.m. UK time to 7:30 UK time. Okay, so simply, we just have to, I'll put a link and everything in the description. Okay, but simply, you just come onto forexmma.com. Okay, see our services. Okay, so you have all the courses and everything there. And Discord, again, to get live sessions, live updates. Okay, you'll get this £70 a month. All you have to do is click start now. It'll bring you to, first you have to create an account. Once you create an account, okay, let me just actually do my login one. Okay, so we'll just do, there it is. So you create an account, come into your dashboard, okay, you'll have a referral link. So if you do want to refer other people to our Discord as well, you get 20% off that payment every single month, plus all the other packages. Okay, so we'll have an e-learning thing there, signal service, which, yeah, don't worry about that. We're probably going to take it off soon because it's done by a third party that I'm not really too keen on. Okay, so yeah, don't worry about that. You're not going to get signals from there. You'll get it from the Discord itself, which will be in here. So we have trade ideas. Okay, you have trade ideas. We'll be posting in there. Okay, losing trades, got fundamental news, back-tested charts. Okay, the live group sessions, which will be every Monday, 6 p.m. to 7:30. Okay, so that's 1 hour and a half of just pure content and your questions being answered also. So to purchase this, all you have to simply do is buy packages. Okay, go to live sessions, and then from there you click buy now. Okay, and you get linked to this page. Simply enter your email address, card number, blah blah blah, pay it. And yeah, because we're using a third-party launch pass, it comes out in dollars. So if you are in the UK, don't worry, it's still £70. Okay, but in the actual page, it's going to say $97. So that's literally it. Okay, so literally crazy trade. Okay, absolutely crazy trade, and no more to be said about that. So until next time, hope you have a great week, great month, great September. I hope you do get everything you want. Obviously, you are working hard, of course. So until next time, I will catch you soon. Peace out.